Welcome back to This Week in Royal News, where the tea is always hot and the PR is always strategic. This week, we've got a tale of two royal approaches. Meghan Markle comparing herself to the Obamas while her Netflix deal gets quietly downgraded, and William and Kate playing the long game with a charm offensive in Northern Ireland. Let's unpack it. First up, Meghan Markle appeared at the Fortune Most Powerful Women Summit in Washington, D.C. And honey, she was doing some serious damage control. After her lifestyle series, With Love, Meghan was absolutely savaged by critics. We're talking Guardian calling it gormless lifestyle filler and Telegraph branding it an exercise in narcissism. Meghan's spinning the narrative that her new Netflix deal is actually a win. Here's the thing. She and Harry have gone from an exclusive overall deal reportedly worth $100 million to what's called a first-look deal. That means Netflix gets first dibs on their projects, but can also say no. And let's be real, after one moderately successful docuseries and a lifestyle show that landed with a thud, Netflix is clearly hedging its bets. But Meghan's not admitting defeat. Oh no. She's comparing this arrangement to Barack and Michelle Obama's Higher Ground deal, saying it gives her flexibility to shop content elsewhere if Netflix passes. Translation: we need more options because our track record isn't exactly stellar. She also made what seemed like a subtle dig at the royal family, talking about how 5 years ago when they left, they were just nesting and healing with no plan. Just getting through those couple of years, creating community. Which is interesting, because at the time, they were signing massive deals and doing Oprah interviews, but sure, no plan. Now Meghan's pivoting to her as ever brand, selling jam, flour sprinkles, and baking kits, and hinting at 2-minute recipe videos on platforms outside Netflix. She's aiming for what she calls mastige, accessible but premium, and planning retail partnerships with major stores in the next couple of years. When asked if With Love, Meghan would return for a third season, she notably didn't commit. Instead, talking about exploring different sizes of content. Reading between the lines? Netflix probably isn't rushing to greenlight another season. Meanwhile, across the pond, William and Kate embarked on a surprise day-long visit to Northern Ireland, and the optics were impeccable. 3 carefully chosen stops, each hitting a different PR note. Stop 1, the Northern Ireland Fire and Rescue Service's new Learning and Development College. This is the £50 million facility that opened in May, and William and Kate got the full royal treatment. They rode in fire trucks. Kate apparently wanted to drive at full speed with sirens on. Very relatable. Watched trainees perform flood rescues and high-rise rope drills, and even tried throwing rescue lines themselves. The message here? Duty, service, public safety. We support our emergency responders. Kate wore her recycled Alexander McQueen forest green coat from 2020, because nothing says hard-working royals like re-wearing a designer piece. The couple left with 3 red bump caps for George, Charlotte, and Louis, because of course they did. Stop 2, Mallon Farm in County Tyrone, where they learned about sustainable flax farming and traditional linen making. This is where Kate really leaned into her textile heritage. Her paternal ancestors owned a woolen manufacturing company in Leeds, so she's got the credentials. She changed into country chic mode: brown skirt, gray jumper, green Barber jacket, and shamrock earrings for that local touch. She tried her hand at breaking and scutching flax using restored heritage machinery, and both she and William were all about the sustainability angle, the intergenerational storytelling, the dying crafts being revived. Kate noted that consumers increasingly want to know the provenance of products and that things should be made with love, which is ironic timing given Meghan's simultaneously pushing her as ever brand, with almost identical messaging about quality and authenticity. Stop 3, Longmeadow Cider, the family-run apple farm in County Armagh. This was peak William and Kate, picking apples in the orchard, making potato apple bread, sampling craft ciders, and apple cider vinegar. Kate mentioned they'd tried making cider at home with a hand press with the children, and it was very messy. She also revealed she uses apple cider vinegar extensively at home in salads. The banter was adorable and clearly designed to be adorable. Kate filled her apple basket faster than William and told him, "Don't drop the fruit." When making the bread, she critiqued his rectangular dough. "Try and keep it a circle." William's response? "If you look this way, it looks like a circle. This is a new variety." When Kate was slicing apples and lagging behind, William quipped, "Do keep up." It's all very charming, very down to earth, very, "We're just like you except we're future king and queen." Here's what's fascinating. Both Meghan and Kate are playing the authenticity card, but in wildly different ways. Meghan's leaning into entrepreneurship, influence, and building a business empire. She flew home from Europe for just one day to see her babies, before heading to New York because she had to. She's wearing Gabriella Hearst Pauline earrings and a custom Dior ring. Kate and William, meanwhile, are doing the tried-and-true royal playbook: support local businesses, champion traditional crafts, show up for emergency services, and be photographed looking relatable while doing it. They coordinate their outfits, matching brown suede shoes, complementary color palettes, and make sure every engagement has a purpose that reinforces their brand. Meghan's critics would say she's all polish and no substance, constantly name-dropping and comparing herself to people like the Obamas while her actual content underdelivers. Kate and William's critics would say they're playing it safe, that their appearances are carefully curated PR exercises that don't take real risks or address real issues. Their supporters would say they're doing the work, showing up consistently, and representing the monarchy with grace and dedication. The truth? They're both playing the game, just with very different strategies. That's it for This Week in Royal News. Drop a comment and let me know. Team authenticity through entrepreneurship or team authenticity through tradition? See you next week.